Hey friends. Okay, I'm not gonna beat around the bush. This movie sucks. I like the idea of a Mufasa origin story, don't get me wrong, but this movie is so incredibly boring. The story is really lame for starters. Take the story of Lion King 2, trim out some parts of it, and combine it with The Good Dinosaur and make it more boring. It's just a repeat of the Lion King 2 story with outsider lions and lion racism and stuff. There's also a bunch of pointless Timon and Pumbaa jokes, and none of them were funny, which is a huge shame considering they're usually funny both in the remake of Lion King and the original film. But somehow they're painfully unfunny in this movie. I don't like them at all here. It takes this already boring story and makes it more painful with these super unfunny jokes every now and then. And it's not like the writing for this movie is any good, it is terrible. Later in the movie, Taka basically falls in love with Sarabi for some reason, and I guess Sarabi falls in love with Mufasa, but Taka thinks that Mufasa is stealing Sarabi away from him somehow. I guess it's somehow Mufasa's fault for having Sarabi fall in love with him? What? Mufasa did save her from getting killed, but like, did Taka want her to be dead? It's not like Taka had any chemistry with Sarabi anyway. It feels like the writers just pulled this plot point out of their asses without making it feel natural at all. This movie does a piss poor job at making me believe that Taka would naturally turn on Mufasa. It feels super forced, it's annoying. And now I should address the elephant in the room. This animation is terrible. In the Lion King remake, I really wanted the characters to have more expressions instead of these deadpan faces so that we know what they're feeling and get more invested, but honestly, I take it back. The backgrounds look pretty nice, but the character models look horrible, somehow even worse than the previous movie. Both this and the previous movie try to go for a hyper-realistic look, but it just looks uncanny and weird. I hate it. At least they look better than the 7 CGI abominations in a movie that I'm gonna cover soon. Besides the nice looking backgrounds, the only good thing I can really say about this movie is the casting. Admittedly, the casting for this movie is pretty solid, but none of them could really save this train wreck of a film. It's so boring. This movie is shit, 1 out of 10. The casting and backgrounds are good, but those are the only things keeping this from being a 0 out of 10. This movie is just a huge boring mess. At least it's a somewhat original story, I guess. I'll see y'all later. I hope you liked this video. And please stay tuned when I review this abomination. What did you say about my brother? That's not the story, that's my brother.